Do you have
I have
something?
one. I have one idea, and we'll call it like the birthday build.
Okay. What is it?
Uh, I've always I wanted to make it since I first saw it, but like when it first came out, someone in our group had built it, so I avoided messing with it.
Uh huh.
But it's hmm, what's a good name for it? Yeah, let me think. Oh, so spoopy. There you go.
Got it. Who is it?
Umbris Fear Manifested.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Exile Horror Nightmare Boy himself.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're like yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
quickly speaking of, I saw that there's a new deck in Standard that at the most recent like event,
Mm-hmm.
out of the top 8 decks, 4 of them were exactly the same, and it's
Jesus.
basically what they're doing is they're playing Nissa, the one that makes mana. There's a creature that mills 3 lands, and then when you sack it, you return all lands from your graveyard into play. And
Uh
they're just playing a full play set of all of the ones that you sack gain a life,
Okay.
because you get double Nissa triggers for each of them, and so you usually end up bringing like 9 lands back and end up with 18 mana. And you either play some draw effects or you run that one card that burns damage and then returns lands or permanent like lands from the battlefield into play.
So landfall
And
deck in standard.
yeah, and the thing is, on the draw, like
Mm.
mono red and Boros go first and still lose because they can't keep up with you gaining like 6 life a turn.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
a
have
lot.
to, and the thing is, and the other fun card they run is they won the green virtue, because if any of their combo pieces get blown up, they just put it back into their hand, and then late game when they have all that mana, they just slam that down and make stupid mana and burn and do literally like I'm gonna hit you from the face for 36 damage.
Wow, mono green being good. Who would have guessed?
Because no, it's actually 3 colors. It's Teamer.
Oh, they're just playing a lot of basics, I guess.
Yeah, it's all basics. It's the fetch lands and all basics. There's no dual lands in it.
Jeez, that's pretty.
Like,
That's pretty cool.
and it is, and the thing is, it has board wipes early, 3 drop and 4 drop board wipes,
Mm-hmm.
so it could keep up with aggro decks because you just wipe them, and then what it's so you can it's so hard to interact with it, and I know it's because that again cards aren't balanced to be in like a 2-year cycle. They're meant to be like 3 set cycles or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
So you have these old fetch lands from old sets with a new card from Mirrors and Markov that probably weren't designed with the intent of being next to each other.
No, not at all. No.
Mm.
This is a dumb card. I've played it.
Yeah, especially when that creature returns all lands from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. But those fetch lands, they don't care if they enter tapped; they just enter an ETB sack.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
So anyway, Umbris.
So we need all the nightmares
Yeah,
and the horrors, I guess.
and I do want to keep it on more, I guess, on the exile control, and
Okay.
maybe stick him with like an unblockable hexproof type thing, like a Whisper Silk Cloak, and just like start one-shotting people around the table. Because you could build him as a mill, but I don't think I'm gonna try to mill people out with him. I'm just gonna use the exile just to make him like as big as I can. Tasha's Hideous Laughter is obviously like huge because it's each opponent and it's exiling. And there are some really good horrors like Sludge Monster is fantastic. Ravenous Chupacabra, because that's like a nice removal spell we like.
Hello?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
No. The architect was pooping itself.
You know, Hullbreaker Horror is a horror. Just saying.
Yes, definitely. Is it? Hold on. Toxrill? Is that what it's called? Hold on.
Oh yeah, the Slug. Yeah, he's a horror.
He is $18 as well, but
That's all right.
uh, yes.
There's
Because you could play a good amount of horrors, because then you could just play the stuff that you get to draw when you hit with them. So.
there's the Ashiok, the Nightmare Muse, which makes a 2/3 horror creature on a +1. So that's and you also the return stuff.
Mhm.
And then his ultimate is you may cast up to 3 face-up cards your opponents control from exile without paying their mana cost.
Mm-hmm. Seems good.
There's also from the pre-con, I think it was the captain, whatever his name is, the captain in Groth something or other.
That thing?
Yeah, because it gives him menace, and I know it's like he technically mills them out, but he's still a nice like kind of lord to give him a buff. Yorok's Fenlurker exiles cards out of the hand, which is nice.
Can you spell that?
Oh, yeah, it's YAR. Okay. Okay?
Alright.
We got also get to play another deck we could play Roaming Throne. Roaming Throne. I said roaming from, I think.
Do you want Kindred Discovery?
Yeah. Oh, a classic, I guess, in this type of deck. Oblivion Sower. Because if with all those cards getting exiled, the amount of lands I could get off of that. Which I have one of those. Whenever a creature, I'm feeling bad about that's an interesting one.
I'm getting easy.
We could technically play a Dolphy Voidwalker that does exile. I know he's not a rogue, but I mean he's not a horror or a nightmare, but it does work into that. Oh, Sire of Stagnation. That's the other one I was thinking of. Oh, recon. You're looking at recon mission.
Yeah. Then you said Star. Oh, that one, yes.
Yeah, because much of that Eldrazi set dealt with like exiling, which was nifty.
Arena.
You can play Spellskite, help protect our commander, and he's Spellkite is now a horror. He's a Phyrexian horror.
We can also just play the things that give unblockable Archtape. Braids is actually a nightmare. I like Braids. That's a cool one. Now it's probably a little hard for me to like constantly sack stuff. But you may sacrifice. You don't technically have to if you don't want to. It's cute. And you said Braids.
The Arisen Nightmare.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It also makes like other things like Reality Shift and Resculpt. We get to run those because again they also exile. We do like those cards. Baleful Mastery is again a good egg. I'm focusing more on the exiling side than just like the trying to mill people out. Because milling out someone's entire deck, even if you're exiling, it's still hard to do. And I just want to make sure things like get exiled, make our dude huge, and then go for just lethal hits.
What about like Gonti?
Oh, because I guess technically it is an exile, right? And you get to play it. Now, do we go the full 9 and run like the 2 exiling counter spells?
Gonti and Hostage Taker.
Oh yeah, I like Hostage Taker. Yeah.
Which are you talking about? The Commandeer or
no? It's Dissipate and Void Shatter. They both exile counter spells. They do cost more though. And so, is it really getting +1 more power really worth it? Probably not.
Overcharged Amalgam is cool because it's the zombie horror counterspell.
Wait, what was the one you said before that, Amalgam?
Oh, sorry, Dissipate and Void Shatter.
And then the Amalgam, you said? Which one?
No, it's Overcharged Amalgam. That's the zombie exploit counter. Because at worst, we just sack itself. And it gets the exile effect. Here's and it's an Aboleth spawn. So it's Flash Ward 2, but whenever a creature enters cause under opponent's control triggers, you get to copy that. So basically, I copy your ETB effects.
Cool.
So it doesn't work with our commander, but... Oh, this is kind of a cool one. It's called Uchulan. It's UCH. UU. Yeah, that on the bottom. It says powers equal to crabs, oozes, or horrors. But at the beginning of your end step, you get to exile one target creature from an opponent's graveyard, and you make a copy of this.
Any board wipes?
Yeah, we could do like Cyclonic Rift and I like our normal ones. We could probably even run a Kindred Dominance, honestly. And name like either Har or whatever.
Kindreds used to be so much money.
Yeah, well, they got those reprints.
Man, Dothy's still $10. Holy shit.
Yep. Curse of Swine could be an interesting one if we could steal a lot of lands. I definitely, like I said, so I definitely want to get stuff that protects our commander, like maybe even like what's that? Is there
Lightning Greaves or like
Lightning Greaves,
Swiftfoot Boots?
I like both of those. I like Endless Evil is kind of cool. I thought there was I was thinking there was another thing like unblockable Shroud. There's Aqueous Form, which is just can't be blocked if we just want to get that on there, but I feel like sometimes that doesn't really get there.
Also, I prefer the equipment.
But then you get to keep using it.
There's like other equipment that we can play, like either like the ones that just give like land walk or non-basic land walk or can't be blocked by walls that are just like basically unblockable.
It was more mill than exile. That's a mill. Alright, it's exile.
Ulamog would be kind of funny in this deck, but it's so much mana.
Yeah.
The one that exiles the top 20.
Yeah, when it attacks. It also exiles 2 permanents when it hits. We have to do a spark double, making a copy.
Making copies is not bad because it's more cards that go to exile.
And just more lethal big boys like Sakashima. What's his name? Girl finds the battlefield. When it enters the battlefield, at the beginning of your upkeep, each horror you control gains all activated abilities of target artifact and opponent's control. Eh. Yeah, that one's just kind of meh. There's some horrors that ETB that draw cards, but I don't think that's as necessary.
No.
So I think we're in blue, so like we're good on that end. And consuming aberration could also get really big, but then that's more of a mill strategy.
Oh, what's the guy that gives them salamanders and exiles a creature and then it has like encore or whatever?
I know what you're talking. Amphfin Mutineer. So that is one, yeah. Oh, we also run Ashiok the Dream Render. Because he just also just like a global exile effect.
This one? Or
Yeah. And then Grazilax, the Illithid Scholar.
what is that? Grazo what?
It's Grazilax, Grazil.
There we go.
Yeah, so he's again if they deal combat damage to player, draw a card, but if they get blocked, you may return them.
Got it.
That's cool. Nightmare Shepherd. How many creatures are we running?
25.
What we forgot? Check out Nightmare Shepherd. So he's a demon, but whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it. And if you do, you make a token that's a copy, but it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
Again.
It's good. Yeah, I know. It's good.
I don't think I like that one as much. I don't think I need that either. I was looking up a bunch of nightmares and horrors. Don't like those either. What's this thing do? When it enters the battlefield, surveil 2 for that. If they reach card you put on top of your library, you draw a card and lose 3 life. What? You draw a card if there are at least 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard. No, that's not good. That's just a hard, does nothing else. I don't think we need that either. And I think we just go into like the control spell package. Or like just like a control, like good spell protection. Make sure our boys get to live and do their thing. We could also technically run like blink effects to like blink our commander.
But I feel like one blink is like not the best.
I guess it's more so protection, but I guess if we had counter spells, they're kind of doing that.
Yeah.
Arcane Denial. Counter Squall. Oh, that's kind of cool. Mandate of Abaddon. Choose target creature you control. Destroy all creatures with power less than that creature's power. And if our dude gets that, like you know how big like Umbris gets, that's also another one-sided board wipe. Okay, sorry. We got disallow. Probably need some good draw mechanics. We don't really have anything that draws us yet.
I got that. And then I got all
right.
the...
You could throw a black market in there. Basically, be careful of our life total. I don't know if we have any way to gain life. Isn't there like that black card that was like really popular in Standard that you exile a card and it has like Aftermath or not Aftermath? It lets you play from the graveyard, and it just like exiles a card, and if it was something, you get to draw a card. Did that gain you life too? I don't remember.
I don't think I know what card you're talking about.
No, it wasn't Aftermath. What was that effect called? It's cards you can only use. Escape, that's what it was. Oh. Yeah, Cling the Dust. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature, you gain 3 life. Otherwise, draw a card. And then Escape. So for 4 mana, exile 5 cards from your graveyard, you get to do it again.
Yeah.
That's just nuts, mill. So remove the top card. Wait, what is this thing?
I guess some of the host.
Nah, that's not so good. We got that. We got that. The other Ashiaks don't really. I guess the one Ashiak exiles the top 3 of target opponents, but he's not super great.
Yeah, I don't like that one that much.
Yeah, that was the OG. That was the first one. There's a mono black one, but that one's also kind of meh.
The cool thing about Ulamog in this deck is that it happens on attack, so like the commander gets fucking huge.
Mm-hmm. I think I want like any of those like 1 mana, like a Relic of Progenitus, just to exile and eventually draw, maybe. But I don't feel like I just always want to cycle that card. I don't never really want to keep it around.
Dothy's just better.
Yeah. Psionic Ritual, 6 mana replicate. Tap on tap horror you control. When you cast a spell, copy it for each time you pay its replicate cost. Exile target insert a sorcery card from a graveyard and copy it. You may cast new the copy without paying a mana cost. and then you exile it. Again, it just feels like it's. I don't. I've always been kind of meh about those. We can also technically play Ugin. Ugin exiles a whole bunch of stuff in play, but then it also hits us too.
Yeah, no, that's too. Yeah, that hurts us too much. It's definitely a Bajuka Bog deck.
And we could play Leyline of the Void, just to make sure everything goes there.
That's an interesting thought.
Because, like, we don't really stop cards that are just going from your hand and spells that you're playing, or your things that you're sacrificing going in there outside of, like, a few things, like the Dolphy and it just helps I pick up some of that other stuff. And if it's our starting hand, hey, it's for free.
No, I don't think that's good. Okay, so Soul Ring, Thought Vessel, Arcane Denial, Arcane Signet, Demeter Signet,
Talisman of Dominance.
and then this does have quite the top end, so it does need a little more.
What's the kicker one? I always really like the kicker one. It's the. It's always. I always remember this one. It's Relic. Relic. I always just know it by Relic.
Skyclave.
Enclave. There it is.
Yeah, Skyclave.
Skyclave Relic.
Yeah.
I'm really bad with remembering those names.
Isn't there randomly a mana rock that can exile cards from a graveyard?
There's a bunch of them.
Not without being sacrificed.
Honored Heirloom. So it just adds 1 mana of any color, and for 2 mana you could exile a card from a graveyard.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Okay.
Mana Crypt. Man of all.
No.
Is it Thrant Dynamel or maybe just a Gilded Lotus?
It's 2 colors, so Gilded Lotus is probably fine.
Mm-hmm. You know, I saw that new land that came out that is going to be really good in 3 and up color decks. Where it's like, it kind of acts as like whatever that creature that taps for each color permanent you have.
That is really stupid. As a land.
I do notice
that is really stupid as a land.
I do notice that it can only make a grand total of 5 mana, and you do have to put in 1 mana into it. So you're technically only going up 4.
Right, but for a land slot, that's nothing.
Yeah,
that's why I think MDFCs are so broken, because it's just a land slot. It's free spells. It's the same thing with Companion. Why Lutri needs to stay banned, because a free card is a free card.
Oh, we got Thought Vessel in there?
Yes.
How do you feel about Midnight Clock?
I
don't know, sometimes I feel like it could do cool things if you're don't have the best draw, but I guess we have pretty decent. I don't think we're gonna go super aggro with a whole bunch of creatures as much as just one big dude.
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd prefer to just put in a Necropotence than play that, but Because, like, black just has better cards. Like, I'd rather play, like, I don't know. Like a Greed or a Necropotence. But I mean, it looks like we're pretty good on draw.
Mm-hmm.
Just like looking around at some of the things.
Any other counter spells you think we should run, or any more like protection?
No.
Or
If anything, we have a lot. Like, some might need to get cut down.
because we have the creature version too.
That's true, I forgot about that, yeah. And Homebreaker. But, like, he requires you to have it as a speed spell to play, so... A lot of the time it's going to be an interaction spell already, so... Okay.
I want to start getting some lands in there.
Hold on, wait.
Excuse me.
Okay.
He's a beast. But he does exile.
Yes. Looks like it could use a shark. Hey! Hey, yeah.
Shark fin soup. I wonder who that is.
Hello.
Hey, Kirsten.
Listen, you'd be happy to know that they just printed a new shark and it's actually pretty good.
Oh, yep. The lone shark. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
It's a lone shark. He's just a little goober.
Yes.
I love that. Like the big secret was like loot is just like a little beast noble Pokemon looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically looks like kind of like the Celebi Mew of this.
Yes.
He's just a little guy, and then he's the best exile off the top of your deck commander because he just does it a lot.
What's the name of the Innistratum?
Oh,
I'm forgetting the name of that one.
the Shipwreck Marsh.
I'm glad she enjoyed it though. That's good. Simic is a good place to start. Like big creature, Simic is a great place to start. And then we need the filter.
The filter isn't it
Sunken
Ruins? Yeah.
I just remembered it. Let me see if I missed anything.
Now, in theory, we could play Cavern of Souls.
No.
We play Path of Ancestry.
I think we're like too spread between the horrors and the like nightmares when I was looking at it, and we're playing a lot of things for flavor that just exile because you want like an exile flavor. So I might even make the argument that like even the free like the Kindred Dominance might not be good because we can only name one. So here we can count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That technically counts. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Only 11 horrors?
Oh, you just missed 2. 13, so 14.
Yeah, so 14 horrors. And then the nightmare. Well, see, we would only get to choose one or the other. So
But there's only like 2 nightmares in our deck, which is our commander and braids, because nightmares aren't super common.
Right, but then we're also playing all these other creatures because they just like do.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to like play the commander well and not trying to play a tribal, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, we could take out Kindred then. I think that's fine. Like both of them, I guess.
Well, the Kindred still works with our commander. And also, like,
true.
And also, like, it's 11, like, 14 is still, like, a good amount. I get, maybe it's not. I mean, we have all the other ones. Like, we have all these. It's just nowhere near as good as Kindred. I guess.
We can run the Path of Ancestry, because it does for both of them. At least it's just a 2-color, and at least it gets us a scry.
What are you saying?
Path of Ancestry, the land.
Oh, the land, yes.
Because at worst, it's 2 colors, and at best, we get this fun stuff with it.
We can play Urborg.
You want the Clearwater pathway because again, our land base we can get as many of the duels as we can really because we don't really have a lot of fetching in this. Did you get Underground River?
Yes. And then what's the pathway? Clearwater, you said?
Clearwater pathway.
Uh-oh. This stupid thing.
I don't like the Signet land. I don't know if we want this. We could do Tainted Isle. I think Tainted Isle will probably be fine.
Swamp. Hold on. Excuse me? Seriously? Swamp and Island?
Swamp.
You said Tainted Isle. Oh, you want to know what we should check? Our color count.
My taint? Oh, no, sorry, you're right. My bad.
53, 34. Okay, so more blue. Okay. All right. So
What you want around the?
NBCs?
Oh yeah, definitely Malakir Rebirth.
Glasspool Mimic.
Glasspool Mimic could be cool. I always like Mia Seagate and Agadeem's Awakening.
You said Malakir Rebirth?
Yeah.
And
Is a Malakir Rebirth deck.
Seagate.
Look at Malakir being like $5 for an uncommon.
Gotta make sure it's the right one because for some stupid reason,
Yeah,
it's still bugged. They've never fixed that.
Yeah, where it does the double list of all those, just the cards in general.
Okay. Rogue's Passage? Definitely a Rogue's Passage deck.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah, the commander can kill people. Like, it's gonna kill people. Reliquary Tower. Can't forget that.
You want to run a Witch's Clinic? Target commander gains the life link to the end of the turn. That's how we get our life back.
That's a thing? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it came in the food token pre-con deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's really nice to give like a big commander a lifelink for like no real mana.
Yes. Okay.
What about Shizo Death Storehouse? Target legendary creature gains fear. It's not as good, but at least it does make it a lot like unblockable to a bunch of other things.
Wow, back to being $12.
Yeah. Bonders on play?
Wow, this is also like $8. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, we need Reliquary. You got that right in Command Tower. The
Yes.
classics.
Okay.
Excuse me. I am tired, man. Get our land count up and see where we at. Solid 15. Because we are mostly blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got 4 MDFCs.
Yes.
Oh, there he is. There's All Might.
Hello.
That's not it.
Wow, only 4 cards over. Holy shit. I think one of the counter spells we can cut is the counter squall. Because we just have hard ones. I prefer it.
Oh, so hard.
Unless you want to play Fierce Guardianship, I think that one is better than most counter spells.
Yeah, but
Speaking of that, like I finally got those for Tetiova. I'm like, you know what? Like I lost the game to getting swords, and I had like a non-free counter, so I'm like, okay, it's at that level. I should be playing free counters anyway. Like
I thought you did.
no, I didn't. It was like a self nerf that I implied like a while ago because people didn't want to play against it at Platinum. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to play self counters because I think it like gets too good. So what I did was I cut down all the counters and got an offer you can't refuse. So now I have Pact the Negation because I can't play Force and Negation because I don't have enough blue cards in the deck. Like it's almost like a landfall deck is like a large majority green, so I can't really play.
You also got to run Pact of Negation.
Yeah, I have Pact. I got Pact. I got Fierce Guardianship and Offer You Can't Refuse, and then everything else is 2 mana or Disallow. Because I wanted to keep one thing that can stop activated abilities, and Disallow is definitely the better one because it's just lower mana cost.
Isn't there a random the random green dragon adventure that like counters an activated triggered ability?
Dragon adventure?
There's like an adventure that does it that's green, and I remember seeing it like that's wild they gave it to green, but nobody uses it.
There's also a weird slime that counters have you ever seen the slime that counters enchantment or an artifact?
Yeah.
That got me the other day. I was like, what the fuck? And then it destroys it too. It's in the Feldhorn precon, the one that like I have. It has like Foretell or something. It was pretty cool. But alright, so we need to cut 3 more cards.
Oh, here it's Emerald Dragon for 3 mana, green only. Counter target activated or triggered ability from it. Oh, it's from a non-creature source.
Yeah, no, you need it to counter creatures in case they're doing like a Cost Oracle or something. But
it's green. Up,
yes.
Squid Boy. Squid Boy.
Yes. Let's look down here. So I did put in a Reni's file duplication, just so we know.
Okay. We don't have to run that Ashiok. He does exile everything from all graveyards.
Also, it's just gonna draw 8 anyway. They're just gonna kill it, and it is only a minus. That's like my problem with these is that it's only a minus. If it had a plus, I'd want to keep it.
I'm copying my GIF.
Dirk, this is the first deck we've played with Swiftfoot Boots and Lightning Greaves in a while.
You need it sometimes.
I'm glad it's a party in the chat right now. You guys enjoying the tentacles? Look at this. Look at this. There you go, right there. You're asking for it.
You know what it is? It's not just a little bit. It's not just some of the time. It's pizza time. Piece of what?
Derek, I found a loop in my deck. Speaking of duplicate, I play duplicate, and like if I have duplicate, Soul Ring, and Hullbreaker Horror, because I play that guy that we found that like is the like bad Gulta. But you know, being honest, like he's been better than Gulta sometimes, because like some of the creatures that I play that are 6 CMC or higher don't have 4 power, so like it ends up being better sometimes. Like, cause it's more consistent. So if I make 3 copies of him and I can make duplicate free, I can loop duplicate and Soul Ring with Hullbreaker Heart and like draw my whole deck if I have like a Beast Whisperer. I did it with Emoti and I'm like, wow, that's nasty. I was like, and I get to exile everything as well, which is funny. And I could also do it with Meteor Golem if I have 4 copies of the guy that makes them cost all 2 less. But Hullbreaker Horror loops. It's gonna happen. Like, you know, it's Hullbreaker Horror. He just makes things go infinite on accident.
So how many more? How many more cuts do we need?
We need 2.
We could probably cut the Cling to Dust. I think it's just like an okay card. I don't think we really need it. Yeah.
Agreed.
I think this, yeah.
Booty butt cheeks. Booty butt cheeks.
Put 'em on my face. It's a poop sock. I want to lick it.
Uh,
I'll get $20 to anybody who knows where that reference is from.
is Roaming Throne even like that? Is it good?
Well, it triggers our commander every single time.
Right.
'Cause whenever our
But
heart enters,
how many
it
times
happens
are
twice.
we gonna like do that, or we're just like trying to make our commander big and kill them?
Well,
Right.
remember, we also have like 5 things that copy our commander,
That's true.
which does trigger
Also, it is just a horror at the end of the day, so
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
a
reason.
4/4 War
There's
II
no
horror.
reason not to run it. I'm just saying.
Look, I'm not Gohan. I am Goku because I'm just saying.
I don't want to cut any of the nightmares or the horrors.
Nope. I think 28 creatures is
I'm thinking Ingester can go.
okay. Yeah.
Duplicate.
Well,
Duplicate's just better.
mhm.
Man, Toxro, what a card.
It's a fair card.
Okay, we're good.
Also, Toxro is also like a you know what I'm gonna do real quick? I know. I'm gonna pull up a random deck. This is a commander deck. Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna play test it, and then when we flip cards for exile, I'll tell you how many we get.
Sure. Wait a minute, hold on. What did that say? Did that say something? No, okay. We're good.
It says that ass is what it says.
Okay. Oh my god. It's doing the one land thing again. Okay, this is fine.
Yep.
This is
Roaming Throne and a
Ooh,
Spark
and a
Devil.
reconnaissance. Okay, that's good. So then I guess we start there, and then we go here, here, heal. And then we Chaos. Past turn, make that ass burn. We just get the reconnaissance down. And then we'll do our commander next turn.
Or how much is Roaming Throne? Is he 4 or 5?
Right, but I want to have him to play him as a horror. Because he will count, because it says enters the battlefield, choose a creature type, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want the commander to be out first.
Well, I think it would. Yeah. Well, no, because you want the throne, and it works either way because he enters does the same thing. So if we play him first, we probably get a more of a hit earlier. Because it's when Umbris enters the battlefield.
I see. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, he'll go out, and then this is gonna flip.